All right, girls, it's time that we really start looking at girl power here, okay? There's a guy, right? And he decided that he wanted to turn all these women against one woman. Now, here's the funny part. If a guy is taking all these women and trying to turn them against one, you got to think about it. What could possibly be the situation? Was he rejected? It's time that the girls and the women start sticking together. Now, whether it's a man or a woman who's trying to turn you against anyone, if you're not doing your research, you better start looking at self-love, because hurt people hurt other people, and that's how it works. When you start setting yourself up, you go to jail. One of the things we have to look at, sisters, is we got to start stepping up and really doing our research, stepping up and feeding our families, okay? Another scenario, I was in Fort Lauderdale last week, downtown, and this woman was leaving her boyfriend. They were at a restaurant, they had this big argument, and she came up and she started talking to me. And she said, I can't leave because I don't know where am I gonna go. I said, girl, do you have a good license? Yeah. Do you like to drive? Sometimes. I said, well, one thing for sure, the trucking industry is definitely one of those places. Go ahead and apply. There's so many schools out there you can apply for. In fact, if you go to the unemployment, they have an actual program that they actually get you set up and you don't even have to pay it back. Whatever the case, I said, if you can drive and you like to travel, that's your key element. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, but you're trying to get out of a bad situation. And there's a lot of women coming into the trucking industry because of this. Used to be back in the day where they'd be at home waiting for their husbands to come home with the check. But like they say, O's and different area codes, I'm not going to say that word because, I don't curse. But when you say O's in different area codes, you already know what that means. Some truckers have a different woman in each state, but they're doing all the traveling. And now when they get home to their wives, they don't always have as much money as they might have had they not been playing that game. So in this case, she said, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. I gave her a few companies. I'm not going to say any companies because I'm not advertising here. But either case, she called me up last week and guess what? She got the job. So here we go. She went into her training. What was it, last week? No, a couple of days ago she called me and said that she went and she applied for one of those particular companies that I told her about. So either way, your main thing is that you don't have to stay in a bad scenario. You can go out there and you can get a job. You can apply for whatever company you so choose, but you need that experience, so you might have to go to school. So either way, you can pay that money back, you can do whatever it is you choose, but know that you are not stuck. Ask God for your direction. Know that there is a way in which you can get out. You don't necessarily, have to stay in that same scenario. So know that there's always a way in which you can step up and do something for yourself. This woman is single. She doesn't have any children. Now, that's not going to be the scenario for everyone, but she has no children and she has a good driver's license. Now she's on her way. Now, who says that she's going to stay there? She might move on, but she can at least have a great start where she's at a school, she's staying on a campus of some sort, she's able to go ahead and get her CDL and drive. At least she could save some money and be able to do something later. Whatever the case, know that we all have our options. God bless.